Baby, we've done it.
Baby, we done it.
Break out the red panties, baby.
Break out the red panties. We're rich, baby.
After winning the Poker Award last year for Best Podcast, we're nominated again this year for the awards taking place tonight. And wait a second. We're nominated for a second award? Well, it must be for the Luke Shorts podcast, right?
I'm just been beasting for 2 years. He's saying I'm a bad high stakes reg. In Vegas, I will backhand his fucking face. You understand what I'm saying, yeah?
Wait, it's not that? What else could we be nominated for? Joe Ingram, video blogger. What? Oh, they must have watched that World Series of Poker blog where I missed the main event accidentally.
Want to register for the main event? $10,000 buy-in? I'm sure. Is there no way to get in? No at all?
Maybe it was the Upswing Poker Party where I was insanely drunk and getting really out of line.
We would only hold on to let go. Blow a kiss, fire a gun. We need someone to lean on. Blow
I got my shirt off. Vlogger. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. I'm nominated for a Vlogger award. Baby, we might get 2 awards, baby. I mean, listen, I don't think we're going to get a Vlogger of the Year. Maybe they just mean YouTube videos are vlogs. I get people messaging me, I guess maybe that's what it is. They say, I like your vlog. I go, what are you talking about? Maybe that's what it is. Guys, Poker Awards going down tonight. Taking place over in LA. I'm going to be out going to LA in a little bit here. But, you know, Poker Awards, we're going to make some predictions here. We'll talk about the categories I'm nominated for. But do they matter? You guys care? You guys care who wins? You know, Doug Polk, Negreanu, who's going to win? Who's going to win, the Supreme Leader or the Supreme something? I don't know who's going to win, right? So let's talk about do they matter? Go over these awards, man. Pick some winners out there. If we're right, we're going to have a celebration. We'll bring out the red panties. If we're wrong, it is what it is. And yeah, let's get into it here. So Poker Awards, guys, you know, the 4th year they've had them. They do them out in Los Angeles. They have a nomination panel that narrows it down to 4 different people usually, from like about 10 or 12 or something like that. A jury gets together. I was in the jury last year. Shout out to me. I was in the jury last year. Jury gets together. They'll sort of debate back and forth on who they think should win. Winner's chosen at the award. They get an award. That's simple, right? Now, do they matter? Do the awards matter? I mean, like I said, I think they're kind of cool. But I think they're fun. I think it's something it's cool to strive for, potentially have a chance to do it with a podcast or media content player, or if you're one of the one of the people that work in the industry and the media as well too. So I think they're cool. If they don't matter to certain people out there, if they don't give a fuck, I think, you know, I can understand why. Maybe right now they don't, but in the future maybe they'll matter to some people out there. But overall, I think they're really fun. It's a great way for the community to get together out in Los Angeles, get to see people they haven't seen in a long time. And yeah, man, I like it, man. So I think they're cool. I'm happy that they're around, and pretty sure it's actually PokerStars that's keeping these things around. So shout out to PokerStars out there, man. Let's get into some of these categories. Podcast of the Year, guys. So Podcast of the Year. We got myself up for the Poker Life podcast. Laid down some great episodes last year. As usual, man, you know us. We stay on track. 2+2 PokerCast. Great podcast as well. One of the first podcasts I ever listened to in my entire life. Actually, that's actually true. I think that might be the first one I've ever listened to ever in my life. Poker News Podcast. Poker Central podcast, a Poker Central podcast, a newer podcast, but Remco, Will, Brent Hayes, shout out to Brent Hayes, shout out to Remco, shout out to Will. I think that all those guys do a pretty great job of things. You know, Brent Arrington with Poker News Podcast, he's kind of new to the show. I think he took over for Matt there with Sarah. So overall, I think we got a lot of pretty good categories in there. Obviously, you guys know Poker Live Podcast is probably going to take this one down. Why is it going to take it down? I don't know, man. I feel like we try to bring some high quality, high level content out there to the people of the world, whether it has to do with strategy related to poker, what has to do with the mental side of things, what has to do with the lifestyle side of things, what has to do with all sorts of different little nuggets you pick up in terms of breaking down different things happening in poker, in terms of providing moments for the poker world to embrace, to enjoy, to be entertained by, to laugh at, to cry at, to take something from. You know, whether it's Luke Shorts talking about pigeons, Stefan Sondheimer laying down the bang bangs, Doug Polk coming on here talking about the sort of drama he likes to get into. You know, whether we got Kumakan unmasking himself, $7.5 million man locked up in the Canadian basement. Now he's out there skiing in the world, getting a taste of Earth, whether it's Kumakan, Limitless, Oh Hey Cindy, the new guys playing high stakes, no home on PokerStars, Bill Perkins dropping his wisdom, Fedor Holz checking in, Lex Veldhaus coming out of here. I mean, there's just been so many great episodes, 2017, guys. So, you know, while I feel like everyone probably can make a case for it too, you know, we got to go Poker Live Podcast, man. Well, Poker Live Podcast, when the rain's over, I got no problem saying, hey, they took over the rain. But as long as I'm around, man, you guys got to get after it, man. You got to work hard. You got to be epic. Is that a word? I actually don't know, man, but you gotta get after it, man. This is what it is. Video Blogger of the Year, Joe Ingram. Thank you for that. Dale Negrano, Andrew Namey, and Doug Polk. So like I said, I think they mean video blogs. You know, I don't know if they just mean YouTube videos. I probably gotta go with, I mean, it's between Andrew and Doug for me. I think Daniel did some video blogs during the summertime. He did a bunch. That was a really cool thing that he did. I know a lot of people were checking for that. Doesn't really do much outside of that. For the most part, once in a while it pops in. You got Andrew Nemi, which is like the OG. You know, shout Trooper, and what up Trooper? Shout Trooper out there. Trooper might be the OG, but Nemi, I feel like, brought a different style. Been a big inspiration for other video bloggers out there. Anytime I go around Vegas, you know, that's the name I hear. Some people even said, "My Andrew Nemi" one time. I said, "What the fuck are you talking about, guy? Do I look like Andrew Nemi?" And then I said, "I'm actually kidding. I am Andrew Nemi." And he thought I was for a little while. And I don't know if he's blind or I don't exactly know what that is, but. So yeah, so Andrew Nemi and Doug between there for me. Like I said, if it's YouTube, I mean, it's, you know, Doug's got like 125 million views, something like that last year. I don't know if that's true. Don't quote me on that. But I just feel like Doug did so much just from that side of things. But if we're just going video blogger, which I feel like people would get upset if that was to Doug, because, you know, he does some video blogs, including that Epic One Drop video blog. But I mean, yeah, I feel like you could go with either one, Andrew or Doug there. I'm pretty much happy with either one there too. If we're going to define his video blogger, I'm going with Andrew. If it's going to be YouTuber, I'm going to go with Doug. But yeah, let's see next up here. We're going to go to poker streamer. We got a bunch of my guys in here, man. We got Jeff Gross in here. We got BP, Bill Perkins. We got Tonka in the mix, man. Shout out Tonka, Jason Somerville, and Jamie Staples in the mix. So I don't know if Staples really streams that much. I know he's been doing, he's a professional vlogger now. I don't think he's actually streaming much poker. I mean, I don't know. I saw some chess and shit like that. So he don't get my vote straight off the chest. Like all that chess video, getting hype about some chess. Like that I'm out on that. Tonka, man, dude's a beast. You know, that's my guy, man. I got a lot of love for Tonka. I feel like he took a little bit of time off this year. I mean, I know Lex is probably in the Euro one. I feel like Lex is probably the winner for this one. But, you know, Tonka, I think he took some time off, man. He's traveling, enjoying life, enjoying the fruits of the hard work that he's put in through poker, through just making friends and meeting people out there in the world. BP, I mean, obviously, man, BP's a legend, dude. Streaming on the yacht, playing high-stakes poker, playing some Pop in Omaha, playing some Nolan Hold'em, doing a lot of cool giveaways and stuff like that. I don't necessarily, you know, I don't feel like he's this full-time streamer, streaming very often. I think he went through a couple spurts where he went a little hard. He did have that really cool giveaway at the beginning of last year, which is fucking epic for the PCA. Had a couple of those guys on the podcast, which I thought was really, really cool. You know, the hurricane kind of went down there, wiped out where he's from. They're just kind of getting it repaired now, so he's getting back there. So I think that probably had a lot to do with his inability to stream that second part of the year. So I can understand kind of, you know, it's a much bigger thing than having to worry about streaming. And then Jeff Gross, man. Listen, man. I don't really know how many average viewers Jeff gets, man. But dude, this kid's sick. His work ethic is insane, man. I swear to God. I feel like every day on Instagram, I see a story. He's playing. He's grinding. He's flying to go play. I mean, the kid to me, man. I'm just the work ethic and that effort he puts in there. And like I said, I don't know if he has the same numbers as a Tonka does. But you know, but to me, it's probably between one of those two. And Jason Somerville, obviously, like he's like the. You know, he's kind of the legend of this world. I don't really know how much he put into things last year. I think he's on there for name recognition alone. But when he does stream, obviously the people come out. He does an amazing job. I imagine he just got really burnt out because the dude went so hard for so long. So I just imagine he's probably working on something else. He's probably trying to figure out how can I be behind the scenes more so I don't have to grind these 31-day months there. But for me, man, I'm going to go with either Parker or Jeff Gross. And honestly, I can't go wrong with both, man. You know, for that consistency and that work ethic with Jeff or with Tonka, who does that great job pretty much all the time. I feel like, I mean, I don't know, man. I might go with Tonka, but it's certainly close, man. Certainly close. All right, man. We got media content in the year. So we got the Andrew Moreno in tears after a little one for the one drop after days after losing his friend. That was a photo my boy Drew Amato took. That I think got a lot of traction, went a little viral. Dead Money. My boy Matt Berkey. I got a lot of friends in poker. I'm seeing from this list, but shout out to Matt Berkey, man. Matt Berkey, that a great doc that was on Poker Go that he put together playing the Super High Roller Bowl. Phil Hummey's book and Resiliency Defined. Shetty Sequa raising his two boys for Kathy. Oh, it's my guy Shetty, man. I was like, wait, who's Shetty Sequa? I was like, oh, Shetty 88, man. Yeah, Shetty, unfortunately had something happen with his wife. And that was, I mean, I honestly, I could not imagine being in Shetty's situation. And it seems like now, you know, he kind of, you know, having to deal with that. But he's always been really great spirited on Twitter, on social media. From my interactions with him, man, always been just like a really super positive guy. And when that happened, man, I just remember being pretty. I mean, yeah, I was like, fuck, that's just I can't imagine, honestly. So, you know, I haven't got to unfortunately read that article Lance wrote. I feel like Lance always does a lot of good stuff, and kind of in this category for me, it's probably not gonna be filming his book. You know, I don't really know much. I didn't feel like anyone was really writing about that. No one was really checking for that. No one was really, that really wasn't much media. I don't know, in terms of content. You know, I don't know. I'm sure people really do like the book out there. I just haven't heard anything personally about that. And obviously you got the article, and then you have the photograph. For me, I'm gonna go with the documentary. I feel like a lot of work went in that documentary. That's a really cool and rare look behind the scenes in a unique format that they put together for that with Matt and his team. So for me, that's going to be the one I would show is Matt Berkey, the Dead Money documentary there, man. That's just very well done by him. All right, poker's biggest influencer. So obviously there's a lot of drama about this on social media with Negreanu and saying some kind of stuff like that. Biggest influencer, Carrie Katz, Negreanu, Doug Polk, Matt Savage. And this is actually one category when me and Eric Danis, shout out to Eric Danis, he does a great job with this kind of stuff and working with AD, Alex Dreyfus, behind the scenes. I think he's gonna be the one kind of in charge of the Poker Awards this year. So we had a conversation just chopping it up about like what categories, what people should be included in there. This is one I brought up, and we kind of went back and forth, you know, what's an influencer? Because it can kind of go a lot of different ways. Is it like influencing in terms of inspiring, bringing people in? You know, Daniel Grider was talking about influencing change on the industry and stuff like that, which I think that's a very fair point to have, you know, kind of a combination of things too. And I mean, when you look at the list, you know, with Negreanu, right? I mean, no matter what's going on with Poker Stars, man, no matter how much he might say fuck the regs and how much he might say more regs better, the dude's insanely popular, man. I feel like he's a great ambassador for poker either way, whether he's a great ambassador for professional poker players or for cash game online players. Fuck no. But is he a great ambassador for poker in general? Of course, man. The dude's he's a legend, man. You know, even if I like say something about Daniel in my videos, it's not like I don't even like Dan. I like Daniel a lot, man. He actually is one of the people that I've interacted with that I do like, that I do enjoy. When he's telling me like, oh, you got to quit Pot Lemonade to play tournaments because like fuck your game, you know, that it kind of upsets me, yeah. And then when I see him kind of riding for other games and standing up for these games because he's in them, but if he ain't in them, he says forget him. You know, that just kind of impacts me a certain kind of way. But I don't think that's necessarily maybe going to be everybody out there, but I know other people do sort of get that same feeling. But in terms of influencing and kind of what he does and, you know, how he helps out World Series of Poker, how he might be influencer with Poker Central and those type of things, yeah, I think we got to count that. But in terms of how he's been influencing Poker Stars itself, I think we have to count that as well too. So I don't think you can say I influence these two, but I don't influence this one when you're the biggest face of the company. I just, you know, I feel like for both they got to count for me personally. But in terms of, you know, getting people excited for poker, man, this guy does an amazing job. Honestly, he's got his fans out there, hardcore fans that love him, that love watching him. So yeah, man, you can't deny that. He's definitely up there, and if he won this award, I have no issue with that at all. And then CK, Carrie Katz, brought in Poker Central. I mean, really, without Carrie Katz, there wouldn't be Poker Central, man. This guy's putting up a lot of his money on there. Obviously, you know, he's had success outside of the poker world with the loan business. And yeah, he's definitely done a lot. Whether it's an influencer, you know, from like he's creator. He's created a lot of really great things for poker and brought back this. He brought the Super High Roller Bowl, Poker After Dark back, Poker Masters. So I mean, that is definitely influenced it because he helped create those ideas. So yeah, I would definitely agree. He's influenced in that category. Matt Savage is more like tournament director. You know, he's kind of the wizard behind that. Very involved. I imagine he's probably grinding pretty hard out there in the streets on a pretty regular basis, trying to make these tournaments really great, trying to really take care of the players and hear feedback and help them out. And you guys know from dealing with companies that don't fucking listen to what you're saying, like ACR or Poker Stars, to actually have someone like a man who's going to help out players and listen to what they got to say and try to fix it. I think that's a rare thing for some reason in poker. So, you know, I do got a lot of respect for that as well. And then, of course, Doug Polk, 75 million views on YouTube. I mean, pretty much like changing the game, man. Really changing the game. You know, I give it to Doug, man. I think he just has such a big year in poker. Just really took it by storm. I mean, I don't know, kind of like really, I just really don't know what to say, man. It's kind of amazing to see what he's done with the training site, you know, with the YouTube content as well, with Twitter, with social media, with the vlogs during summer when he took down the one drop. To me, just seeing how people interact with him there too. Yeah, man, honestly, I feel like you can't go wrong with a couple of those guys, and I'll have no issue with any of them winning. But I think to me, a little partial, of course, Doug's my guy, so I'll probably go with Doug here on that one. All right, we got People's Choice Award. We got Andrew Nemi, Doug Polk, Daniel Negreanu, and John Little. Now listen, I'm just going to be straight up. I feel like one of these guys is a lot of place, not saying he doesn't do a great job and he's got his audience and he puts out good stuff, because I've heard a lot of people say good things about his stuff, but John Little being in here seems a little strange to me. I don't exactly know who you replace him with. I don't really know who else would really be in there in terms of what is it called? What's the category? People's Choice. Yeah, I don't know. Strange one to me. But I'm obviously, man, I think we're going to go with, I don't know, man. Listen, Doug, I don't know, man. This one's closer than you think. And it's not, I think it's because of Andrew Nemi. I really do. I feel like Andrew Nemi, it's between Andrew and Doug, because this is a voting one. So you got to vote on this. So I don't think Negreanu, if you have the people that follow Negreanu on social media where he's pushing them to, that are going to be the people voting for this, I think those people are going to like Andrew Nemi maybe a bit more than him, or Doug a bit more than him, assuming they're kind of like tuned in with what's happening with content wise. So I feel like with this one, man, this one's close, but go with Doug Polk, man. Listen, Doug's got that hardcore audience out there, pushed it on the YouTube out there. I think he had a solid strategy for that too. I don't think Andrew was really out there trying to hustle with the votes. I haven't really taken a look or anything like that, but yeah, we're gonna go with Doug on this one, and yeah. All right, let's run through some of these last ones. I can tell my video is getting kind of long here. We got Moment of the Year. Listen, I don't know how Luke Schwartz is on Moment of the Year. Anybody watch that podcast? That's the Moment of the Year for a lot of people out there. But obviously, we got Tom Dwan on here. Tom Dwan returning. That's the Moment of the Year. That beats the Luke Schwartz podcast to me. That was an epic moment with that setup hand, aces versus kings versus queens. That's gonna take it down for me. We got Event of the Year, Super High Roller Bowl on here, Party Pokers. Yeah, I mean, Super High Roller Bowl for me. You could go Super High Roller Bowl versus Main Event. Super High Roller Bowl, I'm tuned in every single day, watching that, loving it, taking it in. I feel like it's a different kind of thing than the Main Event, and to me, I love the Super High Roller Bowl. I'm looking forward to it this year, watching it. I'm not looking forward to watching the Main Event as much, so I'm gonna go Super High Roller Bowl to me. We got Journalist of the Year. We got my boy Drew Amato in the mix there, Lance Bradley, BJ Nemeth, Steve Ruddick, and Jessica Wellman. I feel like, I don't know if a lot of you guys are going to know those guys out there. If you're not, I would definitely recommend trying to get a little bit familiar with their work. I feel like they both are all those guys. They put out kind of different content. Drew is more of he definitely is a photographer. Lance, BJ, Steve, and Jessica, they do a lot more written content. So I don't exactly know how my boy Drew got in this, but man, listen, I don't know, man. I'll give it to Drew, man. Drew, I gotta give it to Drew. I don't know. Gotta give it to Drew, but that one's kind of close though. In terms of writing, I'm not too familiar with BJ's work. I know Lance. I read Lance and Steve and Jessica. I feel like they all do some pretty good work. Maybe Lance might get the nod there for me. Just not quite sure. I feel like I read a lot more of his stuff last year than Steve's. Me in previous year for myself, it would have been Steve, but yeah, I think you can't go wrong with a couple of those guys in terms of winning Journalist of the Year. Broadcaster of the Year, you got Nick Schulman, Joe Stapleton, Lon McCarron, Alan Hod. I don't see my boy Dave Tuckman on here, but that's a pretty good list right there. I feel like they're all pretty active. Schulman comes out more for the Super High Roller Bowl. And the other guys do sort of work around the year. Not Lon McCarron, he just comes out for the World Series, but he's a legend. It's Nick Schulman. It's really no debate for me. Nick Schulman is a master in the commentary booth, and if he wasn't so good at poker, he'd probably be doing a lot more commentary, but he's really good at poker, so I think he focuses a lot more on poker, which I can understand. I know he wants to commentate more, but when you're playing poker a lot, you're so focused on that, it's just kind of tough to say, all right, I'm not going to play poker, I'm going to go work on something else. So something I've struggled with for a long time. Industry Person of the Year, got Tony Burns, Sean McCormick, Adam Pliska, Matt Savage. Man, some great options, guys. Tony does a good job down there in Florida. Sean's at the Aria, Adam with WPT, and then Matt. I know Matt's based out of California, but he kind of bounces around, I think. With that, honestly, I can't really choose one, guys. I don't know too much about what these guys really do behind the scenes. I don't know much about what Tony does. I know Adam, WPT, is crushing, so he's got to be doing something really well. And in terms of what specifically Matt does with tournaments, or what Sean really does at the Aria outside of, sort of upholding status quo, I don't exactly know what they would do. I probably, like I said, I don't really know, man. I don't know. I feel like I'm happy with either four of those guys winning. I don't really have a concrete reason for why I would choose one or the other, because I'm just not really as familiar with the specifics of what they're doing in terms of in the industry side of things. And I know right now, like, a lot of people kind of tuned out because their categories, maybe people don't know what they are, but I know certain people are out there listening to this, so I'm talking to you guys out there for these last ones. Tournament Performance of the Year, Doug Polk, 1 drop when he took it down. Bryn Kenny, High Roller Monte Carlo. Darren Elias, WPT follows you. Scott Blumstein, main event. I'm not familiar with Darren or Bryn's run. I don't watch much tournaments. I don't really watch much of Doug's tournament run as well until I went there for the final 2. Scott Blumstein, you know, he won the main event. Was that the performance? Did he put on a show there? Yeah, let's give it to Scott Blumstein, man. Shout out to Scott Blumstein. Breakout Player of the Year. I do not know 2 of these people. Artur Papazin. I know he played on Live at the Bike a few times. And DJ Alexander. I'm not familiar with him. Michael DeVecchio. I know Michael. I'm pretty sure Michael's, dude, he's been playing online for a long time. I'm not sure I would consider him a breakout player. And then Alex Foxton, I know he's a part of tYear coaching with my boy John Beaupre and Chance Corneth. So for me, between the 2 guys I know, it'd be between Michael and be between Alex. I mean, Michael's not a breakout player, man. He's like been playing online for a long time. I would give it to one of those 2. I don't really have a specific reason on one over the other. I know Alex is a pretty sick grinder, just from talking with the guys at tYear coaching too. So either of those 2, have no issue with either of those 2 winning that. And then last but not least, we have mid-major circuit, which I know a lot of you guys out there are fucking craving to know who won this award. And I'm going to tell you who's nominated for the award. Mid-Stakes Poker Tour, Run Good Poker Series, WPT Deep Stacks, World Series Poker Circuit. So I'm a bit more familiar with this stuff right here. For me, it's WPT Deep Stacks. I feel like they do a really, really sick job, man. They put out, like, their quality of their stuff is really good. I feel like their social media stuff, and obviously they're associated with WPT in a lot of ways, but I also know the guys that work with them, with Tristan and with Drew. So I feel like with them, they just, I don't know, man. I feel like whatever I see from them, I see really high quality stuff, really good stuff with them. World Series of Poker Circuit, there is not a chance. I don't think that'd win for me. You know, yeah, I don't know. From what I see with those 2, it's not going to be the one for me. Run Good Poker Series, another up and coming one. I feel like they're doing really good stuff. They're doing a great brand, man. I got a lot of love for Run Good Poker Series. You know, the people involved with that company, I think they're doing really good stuff, man. I look forward to seeing what they come up with in the future. Mid-Stakes Poker Tour, not as familiar with that one too. I know that I've seen some events. I think maybe Chad Hollywood was associated with them before. I'm not sure if Chad's still working with them right now or if he's working on something else. But I feel like Mid-Stakes Poker Tour, I just don't know enough about that one to potentially give that award to that one for myself. So it'd be WPT Deep Stacks for me. That would be the one I'd go with. Did we make it through them all? That's it, guys. All right, we did. Whew, I was planning to spend 10 minutes on that, but I know a lot of you guys ain't watching anyway now. So yeah, man, I'm excited. We're going to LA tomorrow. I mean, I guess I'm not that excited. I'm kind of in like hermit mode right now. I'll be honest with you. I'm gonna do some real talk with you guys right now. But yeah, man, happy to be nominated for a couple of awards here. Hoping to take down one. And if not, man, you know, that would be perfectly fine. So, but to put 2-time podcast, 2-time award winner on my Instagram page, I just want to say that. Tell my mom can tell her friends, Mom, my baby won, yo, Jenny. And you know how moms are, man, they get all excited. So that's it, guys, much love. Peace out. Look at my ring in the back. It's my lighting ring. Give it to me, lighting ring. Give it to me, lighting ring. That's it. That's what I got. Peace out. Much love.